chest and do loud. Everybody. All right, Matt.
All right, let's give these guys a round of applause. You guys can check the results inside that later tonight via email. Now we're going to get into our All Exos team. Okay? We're going to start off with our middle school squad. I'm going to say everybody's name and then hold the applause to the end. If you guys can all come up here, that'd be great. Quarterback, Ben Alavi. Defensive back, Carter Webster. Offensive lineman, Ford Webb. Linebacker, Alexander Saunders.
Come on down.
Running back, Caden Drinkwater. Defensive lineman, Matt DeFeo. Wide receiver. Who's he at? He's sitting there. Defensive back, Curtis Ewing. Offensive line, Alexander Moran. And running back, Tanner Malone. This is your All Exos Middle School camp team. Let's give them a round of applause. Terramura. Offensive line, Jake Picard. Offensive line, George Hill. Linebacker, Samuel Alicia. Defensive line, Charles Gillis. Defensive back, Brandon Kim. Wide receiver, S.L. Jackson. Defensive line, Luke LaFleur. Running back, George Maroon. And running back, Tyler Chase. This is your All Exos Camp High School team. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, one more round of applause for your top. Now we're going to get into some of our camp awards at the individual level. All right, we're going to start off. We've got a youth and a high school award. Okay, for the next three. We've got a leadership award. All right, this young man or these young men just thought that they were a leader throughout the course of the 2 days and had the traits and characteristics that we look for in football university. So at the middle school level, Isaiah Jones, come on down. And then at the high school level, John Dodoni, come on down. All right, let's give these young guys a round of applause. All right, these next two awards, all right, this is our camp MVPs, okay? These guys were exemplary all weekend. Really no question about it. We've heard his name a couple times already at the youth middle school level, Mr. Osanu. At the high school level, he was also on our all-camp team, Jake Picard.
Come on, Jake. One more time.
All right, now we're going to be handing out 3 invitations right now to the National Combine. Okay, so these young men have punched their ticket down to San Antonio, Texas to be one of the top 600 underclassmen in the country to come down there and compete. All right, so we're going to name 3 of those young men today. If those 3 young men afterwards can stay after and come see us once we've concluded all the award ceremony, we really appreciate it. But I'm going to announce all 3 names, and if you 3 can come up, and then we'll give them all one big round of applause. All right, our first National Combine invitee, offensive lineman, George Hill. Our second National Combine invitee, linebacker Samuel Alicia. And our final National Combine invitee at FBU Boston, wide receiver Esau Jackson. Hey, Mr. Jackson, all the way in the back, come on.
Give me a jog and lower that hood before you get down here, Captain. Take this. Those are your 3 National Combine invites.
All right, now look, I'm going to turn it over to our head coach from the weekend, Eric Richards. He's going to close out our camp. I wanted to thank you guys, for coming out. But let's give one big round of applause for Eric Richards.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I told your athletes I don't get to come north of the Mason-Dixon line very much. They keep me down in the southeast, and I'm sure you all have heard it. Southeast is king in football and this and that and everything, but I want to tell you right now, not only do your athletes that you raised have the ability to play with those guys down there, they're better men than those guys down there. They look you in the eye, they shake your hand, they tell you they're coachable, they tell you appreciative, and that's a tribute to your parents right here. Athletes, give your parents a round of applause. You can tell Atlanta, Miami, and Charlotte I said it too, in Rock Hill. Who's tired of seminars this weekend? This is our last camp of the season. I've done 13 cities, about 30 seminars. Hopefully we learned something in each one of those. I know Julian Jenkins, I recruited him when he was in high school for our All-American game. Hopefully we got some valuable stuff out of him. Hopefully we got some valuable stuff out of this player development rep, Matt Lauer, and our president of FBU, Steve Quinn. So this ain't a seminar, this is a message, so bear with me just 1 minute. All right? Everybody knows the 3 F's, right? What's the first one? Faith. Faith. All right? If you don't have faith or religion of some type, you can't get these next 2. I don't care if it's Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, it doesn't matter. You better find that or you're not going to get these next 2. Let me skip that second one. Third one's football. It's the greatest sport known to mankind. People that play it, like Coach Pat, these coaches out here, they're the only people I'll hire because they do what it takes. There's jealousy walking down the halls on Fridays because you guys get to wear the jerseys. Whole towns don't shut down on a Friday night to come out and watch the lacrosse game, the soccer game, the baseball game. Nothing against them sports. My kids play lacrosse. My daughter boxed. But whole towns and whole communities don't shut down. So take football, whatever level it's at, and use it to the best of the ability to do better in life. That's enough about football. Let's go back to that middle one, the second F. What is it? Family. Who said Facebook? I'm going to punch Mark Zuckerberg in the mouth when I see him. You know why? He says I got 5,000 friends. Twitter says I got 60,000 something. Try calling one of them friends when you need to make a car payment. Try calling one of them when you need some meal money at college. It ain't going to happen. Friends are going to come and go, guys. My friends from high school, I talked to about 5. My friends from the Marine Corps, I stay in touch with about 5 of the 200 in my company. My friends from college, I talk to less than them than I do in my Marines and my high school students. My kids came up all the way through athletics. I'm on grandkids now. Friends come and go, but when you turn and you look, your family is always already there. And I got one thing to point out. I sat out here all weekend while you lived your dream and did your thing, and young sisters and brothers came out here. Will you guys come up for me on stage, grab a Gatorade? Do I got any brothers and sisters here? Come on up, Coach Matt, get a Gatorade. Do I got any young sisters and brothers up there? Come on up. Do I got any grandparents that were lucky enough to come out here? If you're a grandparent, raise your hands. Come on. You ain't got much time left. Come on. Stay up there. I got any grandparents, other grandparents out here? Stay up there, Grandma. Any young brothers and sisters? Not an athlete. Somebody that didn't go through the camp. I want you to look up here. Athletes. And I want you to think about how much time you spend on social media, Fortnite and everything else. Give me 30 minutes a week with your sister and brother. Hell, if you ain't got one, find a neighbor. All right? You can clap it up. How about you sound? Let me tell you something about football players. All these shootings going on in the schools and everything, there ain't but one person that can stop it, and it's football players because they're leaders. Take one day out of the week to get up from your posse and your clique and everything else that you sit with at lunch every day and talk about the same dang thing, and you walk over and talk to that kid that's been sitting at the table by himself, compliment him. Tell him, hey man, I like you. You might not like his shirt or his shoes or anything, but tell him you like them. All right? If you guys, there's 1.5 million high school football players. If you guys will take the time to do that, I promise you we'll put a dent in all these school shootings. You understand? The other thing, take some time with these people, and especially your grandparents. Come here, Grandma. I don't care if your mom don't like your dad's parents, if your dad don't like your mom's parents, call them when you leave here. Tell your grandparents how you did at this camp. Like I said, they don't have much time left, except me and you, right? We're going to live till we 80. Everything. But call your grandparents, all right? Touch out to them and everything. Look, we had a great time up here. I hope we can promise on the 3 things I promised you yesterday morning. Going to make you a better player for 7-on-7s. Going to make you a better player for your Friday night film. But more importantly in all, Matt, we're going to make you a better person. Thank you. We'll see you guys when you guys come.